Hello guys, and welcome back to Power and Revolution 2020 edition with our Israeli playthrough here. In the last episode, we finally reached 100% popularity, finally, by boosting up air and purchasing power, air transport, because we got rid of the airline ticket tax. That was the last thing we did to get our popularity up. China had a war with Afghanistan and won, but I think they only took some war reparations, which is a really weird reason to invade, but the AI in this game is stupid, so they do stupid things. We've been reviving a lot of our industries. The farming sector is pretty much done. Biotechnology, we just got running towards the end of the last episode, and we have it denationalizing now, back to a point of state involvement. We've gotten every service up and running except the diabetes vaccine, which is almost at 100 manpower, but at the moment it's just not doing anything. If it doesn't get running, I'm just going to denationalize it anyway. We've been keeping up with the production of solar plants because, as you see, we just finished a third one, actually. We, literally... Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. That's our second one. As you can see, though, even with that, we are at a weird point for electricity. We are just barely staying over our consumption. Just barely. Usually, I don't trust this screen, but it's 2020 edition. My last experience was the 2019 edition. I'm going to go ahead and just assume that it can be trusted in 2020 edition. If we go to actual electricity, it looks different. It looks like we're importing, which we very well might be. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Either way, this does seem trustworthy. Oh, I forgot. Also, this is bugged. This is supposedly more trustworthy now than this, but I don't know what to think. So we have to keep up with this, but now that we finally hit 100%, I'm going to do something, or I'm going to start doing something that will make it so that any popularity hits in the future will not be nearly as bad as they could be. How can you have extreme popularity hits when the media doesn't have the freedom to report as accurately or as extravagantly as they want? So we're going to change the level of freedom of information from state pressures and influence, which was the default, to information controlled and censored. I'm sure the people won't like it. I don't need to poll to figure that out. I probably have already polled. I do most of my polling off screen. And we're going to hit play. There will almost certainly be a negative hit that comes of this. We're really close to the new year, which I'm eagerly waiting for, because you'll see inflation has gone up quite a bit. Okay, and yeah, they don't want... I tried to get the UN to do something about Sudan now that I got nuclear and chemical proof that they do stuff, but it just seems like the UN is just not going to agree to anything that I say during this playthrough. That's great. But anyway, the inflation has gone up almost a whole percentage point since the start of the game. Our growth has been super fucking high this year, but when the yearly calculation shows up, the growth will calculate, it'll probably go down like crazy, the inflation will probably become more under control, and I don't want to raise anything else necessarily during that time frame. Maybe I'll just ride it out. I did say that I was willing to put the key interest rate up to 5%, and you know what? I am. I said that's the max that I want to do. Alright, fuck it. Let's raise that up to 5%. And then we'll just ride it out until the end of the year. Now that my people like me again, turns out they are totally open to me increasing taxes again, even though they were totally against this tax initially. That just shows how petty people are. They've actually represented how petty people are in real life in this game. If they like you, they're okay with things that they don't like that you do. If they don't like you, well, they hate even the best things you're willing to do. That's literally what just happened when we had in my country, I don't know how many of you guys are from the US, but we had Trump as a president, where the people that hated him would like call for something one year, then Trump proposes it, and now they're totally against it. People are real petty. Anyway, tax on financial transactions, I've gone to increase from a 0.1% to a 0.15%, an extra 5% up, just to pace it out. Why? Number one, it will get us more money. Number two, it will control inflation better and things like that. My aim is to get it, if I can, up to a 0.1%, just because that's where the creator of the tax aimed to get it. And this is something that people approve of, while I am, well liked.
The decree.
Some denationalization went through. Failed opening of the sector. Alright, yeah, so this is just... it's just not going to open. Where is it? It's under services. So I'm just going to put it down to state involvement, because I've learned if I just try to get rid of all the workforce, I get a massive negative popularity hit in the 2020 edition, unfortunately. Another thing I want to do while people still like me, because they're happy about it, I'm going to go ahead and increase the length of the head of state's term by 1 year, because people like me, so they actually like that I'm increasing my term. At least they will like it up to a certain point. I don't know where that point ends, but so long as I'm at least 90%, I do want to continuously poll and test to see where that point ends. So just about everything that I had in progress law-wise has gone through, and here's the most recent one. And I want to know, what the hell does a rock concert in the background have anything to do with the law on the tax on financial transactions? What does that have to do with anything? How is this relevant? So popularity-wise, I actually had suffered an economy hit from that tax increase, but then randomly the day after, I got a public finances boost because that increased my budget excess, which is good. We've been slowly chipping away at our public debt, but as you see, it's still over $200 billion, and our excess per year is only projected to be at about not even 11 billion. So we have a long ways to go, but I'm not concerning myself with completely paying off the debt. I'm just trying to stay in the positive, stay in the green, so that I don't have to worry about taking out more debt. To continue my reign of terror, I'm going to do this. Just finish maxing out various youth associations funding in sports, which isn't going to do anything. Yeah, it did literally nothing. I got a happiness bonus, but it was literally not even worth telling me what that bonus was. It was so little. And then I'm going to come over here, and then we're going to change the level of freedom of information to under state control, propaganda, because fuck these popularity hits. I already miss playing China, where all this stuff is in place anyway, and then you just stay at 100% popularity literally the whole game, because nobody has the power or capability to like you. So I'm going to do this. The only thing that I can't do that I wish I could is somehow in China the associations were all completely loyal to us. I don't know how that happened. I've done what I can here. The only thing I can start doing next, if they give me any more problems, because by the way, I've been having a lot of riots from the homosexuals and the pacifists. I don't know why the gay people hate me so much, alright? Like, I haven't done anything against them. I've increased their purchasing power. I've given them, I guess contraception doesn't really matter. I swear, if it's them. The pacifists and the homosexual. What the fuck? Why do the homosexuals hate me? What did I do? So I was finally excluded from OSED. I guess the dictatorial changes have just... yeah. You voted for unanimously. I've never seen a vote to kick someone out of an organization, but it does happen. It just seems like it's automated in the background. One way or another, I have been excluded finally. Maybe I'll reapply some other day. Maybe I'm better off without these fuckers. I don't know. We got a meeting with Senegal. He asked to set up the meeting with me. This is one of our friends. We actually have a non-aggression pact with this country, if I'm remembering correctly. And he would like to sell me cotton. Okay. Trying to be a little Confederacy America, are we? Alright, 1637, let's start at. I have min-maxed this a lot better during my Brazil playthrough. I'm not min-maxing this nearly as well as I could be during this playthrough. That is intentional. I don't feel like it. He has more production than he has consumption, so smart of him to try to sell. Of course, I am importing a lot already, but our production is still nothing compared to our consumption. If we can get a better price, that's even better for anything in our economy that relies on cotton, or any, I guess, people that would buy cotton. Let's send this over. Alright, so he's willing to negotiate pretty well already. Let's try 1710. Okay, so let's try 1800. You should agree to that. He did. $1,800 dollars per ton. So we got a better price on that. Cool. How do you feel about me? Well, you don't love me, but let's see if we can get anything better. We have a non-aggression. You want support? All right, we got support with him. Nice, nice. Hasn't changed, so I doubt we'll get an alliance. Oh no, we got an alliance. And wow, what the hell? Senegal. So we're dark green with Senegal, but the leader is light green, but that was still enough to get an alliance. Do you want to give us maritime access? Yes, you do. Do you want to give us air access? You do. Do you want to give us land access? You don't. Alright, what if I give you these? Alright, what if I just give you all three then? Yeah, it seems to go this way in this game. Do you want to give me a military base? Oh, you do. Oh, you're just a little suck-up, aren't you? 2 military bases. I couldn't. 3? Oh, you spoil me. 4? Oh, no, that's where we draw the line. Alright, that's where we draw the line. Well, I can have 3 military bases in Senegal if I ever want to. Invade the Gambia or Guinea-Bissau, Guinea, Mali. I don't know. I could go on an African conquest across the world now, thanks to Senegal. Thank you for enabling a conquest. You know what? That would be so easy. Look at this. What is this? The Gambia. They have 80 men. I don't know about their equipment, but they only have 80 soldiers. I could show up here, just put a base somewhere around here, march out, and literally just step into Banjul and take over all of the Gambia. I say, while I'm not a permanent member of the UN, while they will never approve my joining the Permanent Council of the UN, and while I can't get justification to even attack my neighbors. So that's some, that's some real thinking ahead there. Well, I've just discovered a new generation of the Hyperloop Train, even though I didn't have the normal Hyperloop Train unlocked. Okay? I don't know how that happened. Yeah, let me go to research. Hyperloop. Okay, so the new Hyperloop Train is the first one you get, which is very high speeds. Didn't it just say 2,000, or was that a different measurement? I don't know, but we can build the Hyperloop now, so if I ever wanted to go to construction, yeah, here it is, Hyperloop Train. So, wow, they give you so many ways to just buff up your infrastructure of transport now. Main highways and secondary highways, I think, are mainly just for, people with cars, poorer people, I guess, as well as subway lines. Traffic, airports, depends on your air ticket tax and things like that, but I think you have to be richer, like middle class at least, in order to afford this. Hyperloop is like a really rich person alternative to air travel. And then high-speed train, I think, is another upper middle class thing. I don't know. Port is just for transporting goods. Regardless of what the consequences may be, I'm just going to up agent training by another star because our constant failures to infiltrate the Russian mafia just has me desperately wanting to max out these two things right here. Well, boys, we have just been cyber attacked again. I don't understand. I did a cybersecurity awareness day. I don't know if it's actually happened yet, now that I think about it. I've raised somewhat the funding into cryptography and cybersecurity, which I guess I'll put another star into it. I've hired more cyber analysts. How much more can I do? Here, let me update the cyber analyst to 300. I don't know if this directly affects it. And then let's go over to police and cybersecurity task force. Let's just up that by 2 stars. There's only so much I can do to prevent these. Usually it doesn't happen to me, but somebody must really hate me and must be really, really good at doing this. This one already seems like it's more dangerous to us. It's already done over 100 million in damage. That's awful. And a lot of our gas wells are just not operating while this is going on, which, if there's a weekly economic calculation I've learned, does actually show you the negative effects in fine print. Well, the cyber attack's apparently over. It was a French criminal organization. So apparently criminal organizations are the ones doing this to me, which just makes me think, maybe it's not a nation that hates me. Maybe it's, I don't know, just criminals trying to make money? Which, if we go to cybercrime here, we can see it's on the rise. So I guess I just have to do whatever I can do. Keep raising this up. Fuck it, I'll put another star in here. Make sure I have more cyber analysts anytime this happens, I guess. Up my cybersecurity task force, which is almost maxed out now anyway. The head of state's term is now at 6 years, which is nice. I don't really care about the parliament's term. So, hell, I'm tempted to lower theirs down from 5, because I feel like the people would like it. Parliament might not. That might make the political parties go a little crazy. But Let's see.
You have to
My mom?
strike.
No. Oldest person in the country. Could be my mom.
Takes effect as of
The media is now under lock and key, which is good. And in the middle of a cyber attack, the pacifists are rioting. What do you you think I'm warmongering or something here? It's now about that time again that we need to start earning popularity again, now that we've made some sweeping changes. So I'm just going to raise every single culture thing by a star. Now finally they're all even. There was one that was already at this level, which will gain us some minuscule popularity, of course, because of a public finances hit. Of course, they're always unhappy about public finances, but the recurring popularity gains will end up paying off eventually. I'm amazed we've been doing so well with our budget. I think it's just been growing over time, which makes sense because of how high our growth is. This is after I raised the interest rate, by the way. Before then, it actually got over 6%, which is retarded. Luckily, we are about to have that yearly economic calculation, so I am greatly looking forward to that. And hey, we're about to hit 100 nukes. So we've passed into the new year. As you see, our growth has gone down dramatically, as I expected. Now that everything's calculated, we'll see. Inflation should start trailing down as well, unless it was always going to keep trailing up anyway. Regardless, my key interest rate is at 5%. I don't plan on changing it any more than that. What did I get a negative public finances? I haven't done anything. Once again, I am getting alerted about the fall in numbers of police officers. I have been alerted about that quite a lot, actually, since the start of the playthrough. Oh, we're definitely under the world average. We're not as poor off as some countries, but I guess we should increase the amount of police officers. How much would that cost? This would be a decent amount. I'll not do that much. Let's just up it to 20... maybe 27,500? Sure, 27,500 manpower for the police officers, which should help them do their job, help them stop complaining, which would always be nice, and keep our streets safer. Our growth was insane. Our GDP is up to 423 billion after that year. There's some unhealthy houses again, and we had a almost 4 billion cash surplus. Let's fix those houses now rather than later. Here you go. Damn, 300 million. That's basically per year in order to keep dilapidated houses from existing. Inflation is finally on the way down now that we have this lowered growth after the yearly calculation. Just what I was hoping. Don't know if it would have decreased if I hadn't raised the interest rate to 5%. That's kind of hard to say. In order to try to save our people some more money, encourage more car transport, maybe piss off the ecologists on accident again, I'm going to get rid of the vehicle registration tax so that everybody has nice, equal access, essentially, to getting a car without needing to pay some kind of fee. It was like, look at that, $664 just to register your vehicle? Damn, dude, no. You know how poor some people in the world are? We got a massive popularity boost for that. That's really good. Hopefully that will improve the purchasing power of our people. It will grant them more and fairer access to transportation. See, I'm maybe a dictator at heart, but I'm a benevolent dictator. I do what's good for my people. I have their best interest in my head. And maybe I was hoping it would make this guy like me more, but I don't know what his issues he likes are. Are cars even in this? I would assume taxes would be. He loves national defense and security. This is cheating, by the way, technically, looking at this, but it's not like I'm fucking going in here and fucking maxing this out. No, I'm not. I'm just trying to see what he likes. I love how European Union is an issue here. I'm Israel. Would the European Union even accept me? Abortion. What is this? Abolition of the death penalty. He does not like the abolition of the death penalty. Oh, I see. We do not actually have the death penalty. I'd be willing to put the death penalty in place. That's not bad for our people. That's bad for our criminals. So that would be good. I don't know how my people would feel about me doing that, though. Where would it be? It would be in here, right? No. I think it would be in justice. Justice. Legalize the death penalty. Let's see what the people think. They don't really like it too much, but I might do it. Maybe that would deter people from committing crimes if they knew that, hey, if I kill this guy, I'm gonna get killed. Maybe that would bring down crime. I don't really know how the game represents things like that. just a lot of the economic data in the paper for right now. We should get another really good financial or popularity boost whenever that tax actually goes through, that I've already set to go through. So we'll wait on that before trying to touch anything that's going to piss our people off anymore. We should see about maybe getting another industry up off the ground if we can. I'm trying to think. A lot of these depend on resources, and the reason they're not running is probably because of resources. Oh, here's combat robots. Hey, let's try and do combat robots. That sounds fun. Let's go full nationalization, and we have a meeting request from Ghana. I thought that was Senegal again. They have such a similar flag, and the dude looked basically the same, the RNG character. The RNG characters really have not improved since 2019. Just the non-RNG ones have improved. I'm also going to increase my term length by another year because my people don't seem to mind it. Apparently, the Serbian military has just taken control of the country. It's now marked as extreme right, parliamentary republic. There's definitely a military. Yeah, formerly the chief of the army is now in charge. That's a yikes. I don't know what Serbia was before, but they are now a military dictatorship. It says the regime is parliamentary, but that is definitely not the case. As of course, my national consumption of electricity is still rapidly on the rise. I'm just going to select solar, and I'm going to place another plant, no matter who loves or hates it or anything. I'm just going to fucking do it because I still have space to do it. Oh man, but damn, it takes up a lot of space. Like, look at, I can't use any of this fucking space that marks incorrect position based on what else I have planted there. At least there is nothing else that I need to put down in these locations. Right here should be good. And is marked good. Let's place it down, and that will hopefully help. We might take a little public finances hit, but it's okay. Solar power, environment. These take a while to make. Like, these take a whole year to make, so I have to really place them down in advance. I do have a couple of these placed down at similar times. Yeah, that will be done in about 100 days, the both of them. The ecologist, a real friend to our world. Yeah, we already know you're a hypocrite. You were calling me something much worse not too long ago. We finally infiltrated the Russian mafia. We got back up to 100% with that tax, just as I said we would. And now, to try to make our right wing, I guess, like me a little bit better, maybe at the expense of somebody else, let's go to justice, and let's propose a law to legalize the death penalty, which hopefully doesn't end up being a huge mistake, but I'm hoping that the only political parties that dislike me right now will start to like me again, and it's bugged so I can't click on them anymore. But actually, I should be able to go to key figures, party and power, to at least see the guy in my party. Alright, so he hasn't changed yet, but I'm hoping that this makes him like me more, at the very least. And anyway, I wouldn't mind doing it myself anyway. And oh look, we have riots to deal with, but wait a minute. It gave a security bonus, and our popularity was just so high, it doesn't matter. We're still at 100%. Let's see what this meeting with Ghana entails. He wants to purchase fowl. Alright? Everyone wants to purchase fowl. That's the one thing people want to purchase from me is fowl, because I produce it for so cheap. 1854. Let's see about haggling a little bit. You definitely need to purchase some. And you want to buy... Oh, wow. You want to buy more than we are even selling total. Oh, you don't want to negotiate. Well, I'll give you a coffee. You don't even want a coffee? My economy is still on the rise. It's almost up to 4% growth again. Maybe a little counterproductive to what I'm trying to do to make the right-wingers like me more. I'm going to keep raising this by a 1/5%? No, something like that. A 20th%. That's what it is. So it'll be at 0.2% now. Get us a little bit more money. Get us closer to that 0.5% goal that I have for it. Popularity finally dipped under 99 or under 100%. We got a little bonus from that international meeting. Apparently our people are happy about me meeting with the leader of, what was it, Ghana? Ghana is a nation that you get happy about. Most of the riots that we are encountering, by the way, are all coming from the association still. It's like, what is it? It's the homosexuals, it's the pacifists, and it's the anti-racists. I've done nothing to piss them off. I've done nothing to piss them off. And the pacifists definitely haven't done anything to piss them off. I've halved, more than halved the size of our military. They should love me. I've dismantled so many military bases. If I actually did this in real life, then all the people I just referenced would love me. Their associations would have no problem with me because I've done everything that they want me to do. And yet they still hate me. Getting a little annoying. This is the kind of thing, this unrealistic representation of real life individuals and how they think, how you can do everything someone wants and they can still hate you. It's like imagine if Trump came into power, or any Republican, actually got rid of Obamacare, and then all the Republicans just hated him for it. Or let's say a left-winger like Obama got into power and put in something like Obamacare, and then all the left-wingers just hated him. That's what's happening here. This does not happen in real life, but it does happen in this game. Not much I can do about it except either kill the people in charge. That's an option. I cannot make one unified association. That's not an option. All I can do is start banning associations and arresting their leaders. Before I do anything that crazy, I'd want to be in full dictator mode so that I don't have to worry about elections and the consequences of those actions. But the problem with playing a democracy in these games is unless you're willing to do absolutely nothing, you're going to suffer major penalties, consequences, popularity hits, and all in all, your experience just will not be that fun unless you can silence everyone that gives you problems. Otherwise, you're just going to keep dealing with problems for your entire playthrough, and that is not necessarily fun to do. Financial backer, Iran, Pakistan, China. All these countries are funding the Russian mafia against me. Those fuckers. It's interesting to actually see financial funding have such an effect as to increase the amount of members, because when I tried financing terrorist organizations in 2019, I barely saw any effect at all. It's been at least a week. I'm going to go ahead and try to dismantle, do some damage if I can. And we're going to go over to industries, find combat robots, and try to get that off the ground. Super cheap to get it started, at the very least for the first manpower. Since it does unfortunately seem like I'm just always going to be hated by the exact people that I'm helping and doing everything for, I guess I am just going to have to start moving more and more absolutely towards a dictatorship. So as soon as this autosave is done, I am going to select personality cult and start exactly that, a personality cult. Just a minor step towards it for now. I'm not going to do everything. I'm not going to do all the options like North Korea and China. Just likeness in administrative centers. That's not a big one. That's pretty simple. They get over that one pretty easily. It's just a first start in transitioning my population, the way they think, and the peoples of my country into accepting me as their supreme overlord, because at this point, supreme overlord has to really start cracking down in order to make this country rulable. Because these pacifists, homosexuals, and come on, anti-racist? No? Okay. So we have a lot of stuff happening all at once right now. My head of state term is now up to 7 years and nobody really minded it or liked it. It just kind of went through and no one cared. I got a little update like, oh, is everything okay? You're not really applying our program very well. I checked and he's gone up from 20 to 15 loyalty. The biggest thing I wish about all of this, oh, hey, we're up to 100% somehow. Oh, that's nice. Well, the biggest thing I wish about this whole loyalty or party system is nobody tells you exactly what they want you to do. They just like, oh, you're not applying our program very well. Well, what is your program? I actually know about this stuff because I love geopolitics. But I'm going to reckon that most players do not know much about geopolitics. And it'd be very, very hard to figure out what someone likes. And very, very confusing. For example, when you, say, legalize same-sex parent adoption, or you shrink the size of the army by like 80% combined with dismantling half the military bases, and the pacifists still think that you are the biggest threat to, I don't know, pacifism or the world in general. That's the biggest fucking problem is with making people like you, is they don't tell you what they want, and even if you're doing everything right, they may still hate you anyway. And most players are going to get turned off because they're just going to think that they don't know how to play the game. Correct me if I'm wrong. Someone in the chat, have you tried playing this game and been just as confused by that kind of shit? I'm not exactly confused because I know exactly what I'm doing. I know exactly why it's having the effects that it's happening. Am I frustrated that it's not working like it should in real life or like it does in most other games? Yes. But am I confused about why most things that are happening are happening? No. I'm pretty well versed in why these things are happening. Law on financial transaction taxes has gone through again. The robotics sector did not open, so we're going to go into industry. We're going to find combat robots, and we're going to up the workforce to 10, which is more expensive. We're going to up it to 10 to hopefully get the sector started. If we don't get it started, I'll just, put it down again. Discovered the high-power fuel battery in Japan. Well, that's nice for them. You're happy with my decreased salary again. That's cool. We got a partial dismantlement of the Russian mafia. Wow. You know, the alert always says, oh yeah, we arrested like 2 people. That's it. Dude, we took them down from almost 70,000 to almost 38,000. That's a huge fucking partial dismantlement. The dude totally under-exaggerates what you actually do. I remember watching, I think it was Sabouts. I've mentioned Sabouts a lot in this series, but he was playing something and he got a partial dismantlement. He's like, oh, we only got 2? Well, I guess I'm just going to stop dismantling terrorists because there's thousands of them. If I'm only getting 2 every dismantlement, there's no point. See, even someone that plays the game a lot can be totally fucking misled by the information this game gives you, because it gives you very shitty and lying information. Apparently the Winter Olympics are taking place in China. That's funny. But we have a nice full episode here anyway. We've accomplished quite a bit. Hey, we ended at 100% popularity again. I don't actually know how we did that. And we've cut off some more rights. We're moving towards being a full dictatorship because our people are pissing me off and I want to kill them. And yeah, so thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next episode.